This is the CANEST TC-200GE Smart Toilet, and it quietly turns a routine bathroom trip into a clean, hands-free, no guesswork experience. After living with it day in and day out, I actually miss it any time I use a regular toilet somewhere else. It sits in that category of smart toilets that blend a bidet with automatic features, but what matters here is who will really appreciate it. If you want a modern setup that keeps things cleaner, with as little touching and as much comfort as possible, this is a great fit. It also makes sense for smaller bathrooms where you still want something that feels upscale without being bulky. Families with kids or elderly relatives will appreciate the hands-free parts, and honestly, anyone who just wants a more hygienic routine will feel the difference. The design looks simple at a glance, but there are details that matter when you use it every single day. The ceramic is bright and smooth with rounded edges, so it does not catch dust in weird corners and it wipes down easily. The shape is compact and the oval bowl tucks in nicely without crowding the room. The seat is polypropylene, so it has that modern matte feel. It does not get cold to the touch as quickly, and it has just a little flex without feeling flimsy. The lid and seat feel balanced, not clunky, and the hinge motion is controlled. There is a small light emitting diode display that gives you status at a glance, and a soft night light that keeps you oriented without blasting your eyes. The nozzle is stainless steel. It retracts when not in use, and the whole thing looks like it was designed to handle moisture without fuss. There is also a manual control knob on the side that lets you trigger a flush or start a wash without dealing with the remote, which is perfect for guests. Setting it up was not complicated, but I will be straight about the experience. The toilet is heavy, close to 100 pounds, so moving it into place is awkward if you are on your own. The packaging did help because everything inside was secured well, and it comes with the small parts you usually forget about, like the mounting hardware, the angle valve, and even a wax ring. The template for marking holes was the unsung hero. I taped it down, double-checked my marks, and it took the guesswork out of positioning. My old plumbing did not line up perfectly, so I did a quick hardware store run for a couple of fittings and some sealing tape. If your bathroom is older, plan for that possibility. The instructions are clear and the diagrams made sense. The foot sensor cable had me pausing to make sure I routed it neatly, but once I looked at it twice, it clicked. The only hiccup was that the remote does not ship with batteries. It is a small thing, but I wish I did not have to run out for those. After everything was mounted and connected, it powered up and walked me through the basics using the remote. From there, it was surprisingly easy to dial in. Day to day, the responsiveness is what sells it. As I walk up, the lid opens smoothly using radar sensors. If my hands are full of laundry or I am carrying my toddler, I sweep my foot by the sensor and the seat lifts without any bending or fumbling. When I stand up, it closes itself and flushes automatically. The motion of the lid is gentle, not a loud slam, and the flush has been reliable. The heated seat is worth calling out. I keep mine around 97 degrees, and in cold mornings, it is the one thing that makes me smile before coffee. The heat is even across the seat, not just warm in one spot. The water for the bidet starts warm right away, so there is no cold surprise. The remote makes everything simple. I mounted the holder on the wall with the included adhesive, and the layout is clean. Seat heat, water pressure, spray position, and dryer temperature are all obvious. The light-emitting diode display mirrors what I change, so I never feel lost or wondering what mode I am in. Core performance comes down to washing, drying, and flushing. The bidet has separate modes for rear and feminine wash. I can move the nozzle forward or back a little to get the angle right, and pressure adjustments felt natural. There is enough range to be gentle or more direct without feeling harsh. The stainless steel nozzle cleans itself, and you can hear the little rinse cycle when it retracts. That detail matters over time because it is not just a party trick. It keeps things sanitary without me thinking about it. The dryer takes a little longer than using a towel or paper, but once I set the temperature to my liking, it became part of the routine. And the seat sensor is smart. If I press something on the remote while no one is seated, it will not spray. That safety check has saved me from a few accidental button presses. The flush has been consistent. It clears the bowl well and has not needed a second cycle in normal use. Noise is there, but it is a short burst, and the night light stays just bright enough to guide you without waking you up. I tested it the same way I use it. Middle of the night, no main lights, half awake. The night light kept me from bumping into anything. The lid opened on approach, and I did not have to touch a switch. After a shower or a workout when I wanted a more thorough clean, the warm water and adjustable angle made it feel quick and comfortable, not like a chore. On a busy day when I am coming and going, the foot sensor is one of those features I forget is there until I use a basic toilet elsewhere. Hands full of laundry, sweep the foot, seat up, done. When we had a brief power outage, the backup battery box helped. I popped in a 9-volt battery, connected the small wire, and the essentials kept working. I was able to flush and handle what needed to be handled without stress. Guests have used it without a tutorial because the manual knob on the side covers the basics. I have also handed guests the remote, and the light-emitting diode display makes it clear which button did what. Here is one specific use case that surprised me. Winter mornings with a toddler and a busy schedule. I am trying to get out the door and this thing is just faster. The lid opens on its own. The heated seat relaxes muscles that are tight from the cold. I tap the rear wash, adjust a couple of clicks on the angle, and by the time I am ready to stand, the air dryer has handled the rest. I leave without reaching for paper, and the seat and lid close after me with a flush that just works. It sounds silly until you do it every day, and then it becomes the new normal. Another practical scenario is late night when the house is quiet. No bright lights, no loud lid, no heavy flush noise. Just in and out without waking anyone. There are a few thoughtful touches that I did not expect to appreciate as much as I do. The included wall holder for the remote uses adhesive, not screws, so I placed it exactly where my hand naturally reaches and did not need to drill. The stainless steel nozzle cleaning routine reassures me that daily use is not building up grime. The shape of the bowl and the glazing on the ceramic make cleaning days faster. Wiping the edges takes less time because there are not strange grooves or seams. It also feels sturdy. The whole unit sits solidly without rocking or rattling. That matters because inside it is packing sensors, motors, and a water heater. Yet it still feels like a cohesive piece of bathroom furniture, not a gadget glued to a toilet. It is not perfect. The learning curve is real for the first few days. There are a lot of options, and while that ends up being a good thing, I had to read the manual a couple of times to understand the icons and the sequences on the remote. The toilet is heavy. If you plan to install it by yourself, be careful or get another set of hands to carry it. The plumbing part was mostly easy for me, but older bathrooms can mean extra fittings. And again, the remote not shipping with batteries is a tiny frustration on day one, especially when you are eager to try everything. When I step back and look at the whole experience, it feels like a modern, thoughtful upgrade that I can live with for years. It is for someone who wants comfort and cleanliness every single day, not just a flashy feature. The automatic lid and flush reduce touch points. The bidet with instant warm water and a reliable dryer cut down on paper and leave me feeling cleaner. The heated seat makes cold mornings less brutal. The safety sensor, the night light, and the manual control knob bring it all together for family members and guests who may not want to learn every button. Even with the weight, the setup curve, and the extra batteries run, the daily benefits easily outweigh those first few hurdles. If you are considering making your bathroom more hygienic and more convenient without turning it into a circus of gimmicks, this is a strong pick. I trust it every day, and I do not have to think about it. That is exactly what I want from a smart appliance in a spot this personal. You can view detailed information about the CANEST TC-200GE Smart Toilet in the comments section. Thank you for watching.